Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is another episode in my deck walkthrough series and I hope you've been watching the previous videos and have been enjoying them. Today I'm going to present a Doreen Virtue deck, another Doreen Virtue deck to you, and it's the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. Now what is different about this deck is that it is a knockoff deck. It is not the original Doreen Virtue deck in the sense that it's been manufactured in China. It's manufactured much more cheaply. It's got all the cards that the original deck has, but it comes without the big book that's usually attached to Doreen Virtue's cards and the big box that comes usually with Doreen Virtue cards, and even the size of the cards are different. But it's a pretty adequate deck and I thought I'd present it to you so that, you know, if you are looking for a cheap Oracle deck and you really don't want to break the budget, or you know, you don't want to have to spend so much of money on a deck and then just use it once or twice a week or something like that, you know, these are good decks to buy. And if you look after your cards pretty well, keep them safe, keep them out of you know, other people touching them, you can get quite a good long life span out of these decks. And this deck was really cheap. It was about a quarter of the price of the original Doreen Virtue deck, and it's got all the cards and everything in it except for the book, but you know, enough is available on the cards. Most people end up just reading the cards without using the book, so you know, if you're one of those people, this deck will serve you pretty well. So I bought this off eBay, and I will put in links for you to purchase things off eBay, but you should give them a go. I mean, don't ignore these decks just because they're cheaper or just because they're made in China. They're actually pretty good decks. So it comes in a nice little box, and they're quite slim. You know, usually with Doreen Virtue decks, they're very, very thick boxes and thick cards. Those have got their advantages in themselves, especially if you're somebody that does tarot readings quite often. It's really good to invest in those decks. But if you're somebody that doesn't really do commercial kind of tarot readings, or you're not reading for a whole load of people at the time, these are decks that will serve you pretty well for your own personal readings, or even if you're doing, you know, readings, but you know, not for a lot of people. So the box is pretty nice. It's you know, it's adequate. It's not the sturdiest, but it's okay. It will serve its purpose and keep your cards safe. It's got a little bit about the deck in the back, the Oracle Goddess Guidance Oracle decks, and these decks are getting quite expensive, Doreen Virtue decks, because they're going out of print, or they have gone out of print right now, and we're only just getting the last remnants of what remains. So to get yourself a Doreen Virtue deck is quite a good thing, but you will end up paying a premium price for it right now. So these knockoff decks are actually quite good, in my opinion. So I'll just open the deck and show it to you. So the box is quite nice. I mean, it's quite sturdy, and it's going to serve that particular purpose. It doesn't come with a little white book, and it doesn't need one either. Whatever information you need is on the cards itself. And neither does it come with a big book to give you an interpretation of the cards. Everything that you need to know is on the cards. If you do want a deck like that, then it's better to invest in the big deck, the original deck itself. The cards themselves are quite adequately sized. They're just slightly bigger than playing cards. They fit nicely into the palm. They're not too shiny, and they're not too slippery as well. And this is a 44 card deck, so it's got all the cards in it, and the card stock, it's a bit on the thin side, not wonderfully thick. Won't last if you abuse the deck. Obviously the cards won't last, but they're okay. The face of the card is pretty nice. It's got this sort of orangey background with a little border and a crown on the back there, and the face of the card's got the name of the goddess, what the title is, and a little bit about what you need to do, and a picture of the goddess over there. So I'm going to show you all the cards, and it's very pleasant. It's a very pleasant card, and it is from all the goddesses, and it gives you guidance there. And like I said, an oracle deck. So the first one is Ishtar, and this is about boundaries. And then you've got Siji, which is quiet time. So the bottom of the card says, take some time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So this is an oracle read. And this is Unag, easy does it. This is Mahu, Mother Earth. Ostaria, which is about fertility. Coventina, which is about purification. The pictures are very nice. They're very well drawn and they're very, very clear. So they didn't cut any corners when they were making this particular deck. Isolate, and this is Undying Love. Sedna, Infinite Supply. And the colors are very, very beautiful as well. This is Athena, and this is about inner wisdom. Butterfly Maiden, and that's about transformation. Mary Magdalene, Unconditional Love. Rhiannon, which is a sorceress. Isis, and this is about past life. Then you've got Bridget, Don't Back Down. Green Tara, this is about start delegating. Always a good thing. You got Pele, Divine Passion. Freya, and this is about being bold. Aphrodite and the Inner Goddess. Vesta, and that's about home. Yamania, and this is Golden Opportunity. White Tara, and this is about sensitivity. Kuan Yin, and this is about compassion. Sulis, and this is Bodies of Water. The pictures are really lovely, done very beautifully and very, very nicely drawn. This is Mart, and this is about fairness. Lakshmi, and this is about a bright future. Ane, which is about leap of faith. Ikshel, and this is about a medicine woman. Kali, ending and beginnings. Guinevere, this is about true love. Atomus, this is about guardian. Nemotona, and this is about sacred space. Dana, and this is the high priestess. Irene, this is about peace. Diana, focused intention. Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Avanchinia, which is about prosperity. Mauve, and this is about cycles and rhythms. Sarasvati, and this is about the arts. And Sekhmet, and be strong. You've got Damara, and this is about guiding children. Cordelia, about going outside. Hathor, receptivity. Eracuria, and this is about blossoming. And the final card is Baust, and this is about being independent. So these are the cards that are available in this deck. It's beautifully done. I think it's a really nice size. Just look after the cards. Don't be bending them. Handle them. Make sure your hands are clean when you touch your cards, and put them away back in the box after you've finished it, and keep them in a safe place. And I think you'll get a good lifespan out of these cards, even though they don't have the books, but they will serve the purpose as being a really good oracle card deck. And it's got all the goddesses there, so really good messages coming through. So I hope you give this deck a try. I will put the link to Amazon, to eBay in the deck. I'll see if you can find it on Amazon. I haven't seen it there, but I'll have a look. If I do find it, I will put the link in the description box for you. So they are pretty cheap. Like I said, I paid a quarter of the price that I'd pay for the usual Doreen Virtue deck. So well worth getting and well worth using. So I hope you give this deck a try, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and take care now. Goodbye.